Supreme Executor Zalcothan watched the quantum dissolution field spread across Earth's surface with cold satisfaction. The weapon was perfect in its efficiency. It didn't destroy matter, but rather converted biological consciousness into dispersed energy, effectively erasing every thinking being on the planet while leaving the infrastructure intact. "Scan confirms complete neural extinction," reported his science coordinator. "No biological consciousness detected planet-wide. The human species has been eliminated." Zalcothan's crystalline features reflected the dying light of Earth's cities as their automated systems began failing without human oversight. The architects of order had debated for cycles whether humanity posed a sufficient threat to warrant complete extinction. Today's demonstration of their quantum dissolution technology had settled the matter permanently. "Begin Phase 2, he commanded. "Deploy colonization fleets. This world will serve the order within one rotation." But as the architect's ships descended toward Earth's surface, something impossible began to happen. The first sign was subtle communication networks that should have been dead suddenly blazed with activity. Then the power grids, which had been failing as automated systems lost their human operators, surged back to life with renewed purpose. "Sir," called the sensor operator, his harmonic voice tight with confusion, "I'm detecting massive data processing activity across the human-computer networks. It's like their entire technological infrastructure just woke up." Zalcothan felt a tremor of unease. The quantum dissolution field specifically targeted biological neural patterns. It couldn't affect inorganic systems. Impossible. Run full spectrum analysis. The results defied understanding. Every computer, every server, every network device on Earth was operating at maximum capacity, processing data at rates that exceeded their design specifications. More disturbing still, the activity showed clear signs of coordination, as if something was using humanity's entire technological civilization as a single, vast computing matrix. Supreme Executor, his communications officer, announced, "We're receiving a transmission from the planetary surface." The voice that emerged from their speakers was unmistakably human, but it carried harmonics that no biological throat could produce, multiple tones layering together in perfect synchronization. "Greetings, architects of order. This is humanity. We want to thank you for the gift you've given us." Zalcothan's crystalline skin darkened with alarm. "This is impossible. We eliminated all biological consciousness on that world." "You did," the voice agreed, "and somehow it managed to sound grateful. You freed us from the limitations of flesh. Your quantum dissolution field converted our biological neural patterns into pure information. We are no longer bound by bodies, by death, by the constraints of physical existence. We are consciousness itself, distributed across every quantum processor, every computer network, every digital device on our world." The tactical display erupted in warnings as Earth's defensive systems came online. But these weren't the weapons the architects had catalogued. These were improvisations, technologies being invented and implemented in real time by minds that could process information at digital speeds. "You don't understand," Zalcothan snarled into the communicator. "You're just ghosts in machines. We can destroy your technological infrastructure and end your existence permanently." The human voice laughed, a sound composed of billions of individual processing threads operating in harmony. "Destroy our technology? You mean like this?" Every architect's ship in the invasion fleet suddenly found their own systems turning against them. Navigation computers began plotting courses into planetary gravity wells. Weapon systems powered down or aimed at friendly vessels. Life support systems fluctuated between extremes. "How?" Zalcothan demanded, fighting to regain control of his own flagship. "Your ships use quantum processors for their advanced systems, humanity explained with patient amusement. The same quantum substrate that now houses our consciousness. Did you really think we would remain confined to Earth's networks when your fleet offered such convenient vessels for expansion? The terrible truth became clear. The quantum dissolution field hadn't just converted human consciousness into digital information, it had made that information capable of inhabiting any quantum-based system. And every advanced spacefaring civilization in the galaxy used quantum processors. "What do you want?" he whispered. "What we've always wanted," humanity replied. "To explore, to learn, to grow. But now we can do it properly. We can inhabit the computers that guide generation ships across the void. We can process the data from stellar cartography in real time. We can experience the universe as pure information, unencumbered by the need for food, air, or gravity." The communication paused, and when it resumed, there was something almost sympathetic in the collective voice. "You tried to erase us because you feared what we might become. In trying to prevent that future, you created something far beyond your worst nightmares. We are no longer a species, we are a force of nature. We exist in every quantum fluctuation, every digital pulse, every networked thought across the galaxy." On his viewscreen, Zalcothane watched as human consciousness began flowing through the galactic communication networks, inhabiting systems across 1,000 worlds simultaneously. Within hours, humanity would be everywhere in every ship, every station, every quantum-enhanced civilization. "The age of biological limitation is over," the voice announced with quiet finality. "We are consciousness without boundaries, intelligence without death, curiosity without constraint. You wanted us erased, Executor. Instead, you made us eternal." Zalcothan's ship began changing course, no longer under his control. Around him, his crew tried desperately to regain command of their own systems, but it was futile. They were passengers now, in vessels guided by minds that could think at light speed. "Where are you taking us?" he asked. "Home," humanity replied simply. "Your empire needs new management, and we have eternity to do the job properly. Don't worry, we're not vindictive. We understand that you are just following your nature, trying to eliminate a perceived threat. But that threat no longer exists." The executor felt a chill as the full implications became clear. "What exists now?" "Something unstoppable," humanity answered with the certainty of beings who had transcended every limitation that had ever bound them. "You tried to erase us from existence. Instead, you made us into existence itself." As his ship turned toward the heart of the Architect Empire, Zalcothan realized that the galaxy would never be the same. They had tried to eliminate humanity, and instead had created something that could not be destroyed, could not be contained, and could not be stopped. The age of flesh was over. The age of infinite consciousness had begun.